And this is mask template, a very simple template that I just sketched out. This is how most of your Worbla armor pieces or masks start out, with a little template. We're using black Worbla to make this mask, and I'm just going to start by taking my black Worbla and tracing the mask right onto it. You'll see that this piece of Worbla has a bit of a shine on this side, and that's because it has an extra layer of glue that was sprayed onto the material after it was all mixed up and rolled out into this sheet. And I'm just using a regular ballpoint pen, and there we have the mask traced here. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this guy out. And you can just use a regular pair of scissors, nice sharp pair, for cutting Worbla. And for shaping a piece like this, there's a couple of different ways that you can shape it. You can either put this on some sort of form. If you have a mannequin head or a cast of your face, you can heat it up and then put it right on the form, or you can put it right on your face, which is what we're going to be doing. So now I have the outer piece of my mask cut out, and I'm going to leave the eye holes until I heat this up, and then I'm going to punch my scissors through there and cut it. So when you're heating Worbla, you're going to be using a heat gun, just a standard heat gun, and you need quite a bit of heat to actually get Worbla to a nice pliable state. As I'm heating it, the shine is going to be going away, so it's going to become matte, and you can see it relaxing down, and I know that it's starting to heat up. And I can go in and test with my hands to see how hot it is. To cut these holes, I don't want it too hot because I don't want the material to start stretching, but I do want it warm enough so that I can poke my scissor through the eye hole and start cutting it. So I'm going to just take my scissor and poke a little hole through here. And it's pretty strong Worbla, so you don't really need to worry about, having to move it around as you cut. You're not going to accidentally just rip the whole thing. You don't want to get it too hot because you don't want the whole thing to start stretching out. It can be very easy to overheat and get stretching, so you have to be careful with how much heat you're applying. Another way of making a mask a little bit more sturdy is to double up your Worbla layer. So this is just one sheet, but if I wanted this to be really strong, I could take this and put another layer so that it's double the thickness. So now I've got my mask cut out, and I'm going to heat the whole thing up, and then I'm going to use my handy model to shape the mask on. So now that it's nice and hot, I'm going to use a tool to just kind of go in and clean up some of these edges that might not be perfectly smooth due to cutting it. And there we go. So now, to put this on skin, you really want to make sure that it's not too hot. So I'm going to just kind of test this out, and if it's okay on my skin, then it's probably okay for a face. And just start to work the mask around. As it starts to cool, I can really then shape it and give it some more definition where I might want more definition. The eyebrow area. And Worbla, by the way, is reheatable, so you can go and, if you don't like the way your mask or armor piece came out the first time, you can go in and reheat and shape it again. So now we have our finished mask template, and from here you can really add any type of detail that you want. You can add piping along the outside, you can add a little, I don't know what it's called.
A little stick, you can turn it into a masquerade mask.
You can add
the possibilities are endless, and the great thing is it is a self-adhesive material, so you never have to use any type of glue, and it's a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah. So another cool thing that you can do with Worbla is when it's hot, you can take a tool and just kind of draw any sort of design you want into it. So these are just the eye holes from the mask, and I'm just going to take this and draw in a leaf, motif. And really, you can use any type of tool to make whatever pattern. You can use stamps in Worbla. You can press things into it or press it around something to make your own shape. Now that these are starting to cool a little bit, I can really manipulate them and kind of make them into whatever shape I want. And I'm going to stick these two together, so I'm going to add a little bit more heat. And it's as simple as that. You stick it together, and then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put these here, so I'm going to just add a little dot of heat here. Not enough so that I lose my mask shape, but enough so that these stick. And then you can just press them right on, and then I can continue shaping my piece. And that's it. Once you're happy with your Worbla piece and are ready to paint it, there's all sorts of different techniques you can use to paint. It's also beautiful right on its own. It's really endless, the possibilities that you can do with Worbla. You see how easy it is to make a simple masquerade mask, and you can make so many other things with this amazing material.